Have you ever wondered what these maps look like before? Or have you wanted to find out why these maps were deleted? Well, today, I'm here to showcase 10 Murder Mystery 2 maps that were deleted from the game. Bank 1. Bank 1, otherwise known as Bank, was an ordinary map made in February 2016. This map was well known in the community because of its special features, including the weapon detectors, the ventilating from one room to another, and the vault door that only the sheriff had access to. Other than that, this map offered multiple hiding spots for the innocents, including the locker room, TV upstairs, on the office cubbies, and so much more. But eventually, after 2 long years of being in the game, the bank made its final appearance, and on October 17, 2018, Bank 2 was introduced. Hospital 1. Hospital 1 was a small map that included multiple rooms which were primarily connected by a series of hallways. This map really didn't have any special features, but rather some cool decorations that were shown in the map. But this map only made for an appearance for 2 years before getting replaced by Hospital 2, which is the next map that we'll be talking about. Hospital 2. Hospital 2 was introduced in February 2017, shortly after Hospital 1 was discontinued. Now this map offered a lot more to the players, like more rooms, more hiding spots, a few shortcuts, and overall just a bigger space for the innocents to roam around in. The community was extremely happy about this, but then Murder Mystery 2 released its biggest update ever, Season 1, which unfortunately, they made a Hospital 3, which led to Hospital 2's disappearance. Hotel 1. Hotel was added to Murder Mystery 2 on May 2nd, 2015, and this map was quite the largest of them all. It had 3 floors, a lobby, a movie theater, and a cafeteria. Not only that, but the amount of hiding spots this map had was insane. Let me just give you a quick rundown. After all that, Hotel lasted 4 years in Murder Mystery 2, before being replaced in 2019. nStudio. nStudio was introduced in 2019 in favor of being one of the 3 maps that were added in the Season 1 event. nStudio performed extremely sensational upon its arrival to the game because of the decority, interactives, hiding spots, which there were quite a lot if you ask me. And 4 years later in 2023, mobile players would start to notice a series of lag spikes, and on April 1st, 2024, nStudio was removed from the game. Mineshaft, the best map at the time. Mineshaft was a great addition to Murder Mystery 2 back in 2016, mainly because of its presentation that the other maps couldn't offer. There were dark and mysterious hallways within the map and some hangout spots that the innocents could play around in. Now this map didn't include as much hiding spots as the other ones, but instead, players were able to climb onto rocks and hide in the dark to avoid being seen by the murderer. Despite the amount of players who loved this map, it was later discontinued in 2018 due to R15 complications. Mansion 1. Mansion was one of the few maps that were added to Murder Mystery 2 upon its arrival. This map was slightly smaller than the others, but it did include lots of open areas so the innocents could roam freely. It also included various hiding spots like inside the cabinets, behind the trash can, and going above doors. But unfortunately, it was remodeled in 2017, leading to Mansion 2. Which, if I'm being honest, the old mansion was way more superior than the new one because of the color scheme, the decority, and it actually felt like a mansion. Nicholas, if you're watching this, please bring back Mansion 1. Thank you. Office 2. Office 2 was also one of the few maps that came upon Murder Mystery 2. At first, players were happy because they had more advantages when playing this map other than the previous Office map that MM1 had to offer. But a couple years later after its release, players would start to complain about the lack of space and hiding spots that there were for the innocents, especially because it was very easy to run into a dead end. So in 2021, Nicholas deleted the map and kept Office 3 for the sake of its removal. But fast forwarding 3 years later, people now want Office 2 back, which in my opinion, they should make an Office 4. House 1. Yep, you heard me. Not this house. This house. House 1 was also introduced upon Murder Mystery 2's arrival back in late 2014. Funny enough, this map was actually not thought of about any of the developers, but it was rather taken from the Mad Murderer, another Roblox game that was pretty similar to MM2. This map was quite controversial at the time, but players soon warmed up to it. House 1 was very alike to the one we have today, except there were less hiding spots and decority, but rather more space and a different color scheme. Here are some images of the map, and being honest, I wish I got to play this back then, but it was later discontinued in June 2016, although it did stay in 5 months after House 2 was released. Milbase 1. Milbase 1 was the only map to ever roam Murder Mystery 2 for a short period of time, as it lasted 10 days before being removed after bonus rounds were added. This map had no outside and it was pretty much lacking in detail as most of the rooms were green brick walls and concrete floors, and not to mention, there were 4 rooms that were only boxes and nothing else. But with all due respect, this map was the most creative of the ball with the unique room ideas, unlike the others, especially the operating room, the kitchen, sleeping quarters, office room, a laboratory, a weapon room, and a shooting range. But I will say the new Milbase is a lot better, but I feel like they could have kept the green color scheme. Ladies and gentlemen, those are 10 Murder Mystery 2 maps that were deleted. If you want more like this, let me know in the comments on what I should do next, or if I missed some key information. And if you want to check out these maps for yourself, there are 2 games in the description. And special thanks to OSC for the background music of this video. I'll link them down in the description.